Something I've come to realize is that in Hoi4 there are no downsides to suffering hundreds of thousands of casualties. Now before I go any further in proving my point, I think it's a great time to explain how casualties work in Hoi4. Hoi4 counts casualties as the amount of usable manpower that you lose in a battle, and in order to determine how much usable manpower you've lost, the game calculates how many of your troops are KIA, MIA, WIA, and POWs. Based on calculations that a Redditor made 7 years ago, if you inflict 2.16 million casualties upon the nation you are fighting, about 19% or 505,000 of those 2.16 million casualties are actual deaths, while the rest are a combination of WIAs, MIAs, and POWs. Put simply, the majority of the kills you get in your super epic encirclements are not kills and are in fact POWs. Now sure, taking a lot of casualties will make your divisions lose strength, but besides a manpower hit, casualties don't really do anything. They don't affect your industry, they don't affect your stability, and they surprisingly don't affect your overall population. Therefore, there is no reason to minimize your casualties unless you're playing Hungary, because Hungary gets the Treaty of Trianon on top of disarmed nation, which means it can only recruit about 0.50% of its already small manpower pool. The issue with casualties being worthless is a part of a much larger problem that Hoi4 has. That problem being the fact that in Hoi4, wars have no negative consequence.
I'm literally uncreative! I broke my pickle.
What do you mean wars have no negative consequences in Hoi4? You can get puppeted, or annexed, or...
Those are only negative consequences if you lose. Declaring a war in Hoi4 is like betting all of your life savings at the casino. There are only two possible outcomes. You either win big, or you are found hanging from the ceiling of your hotel room. Hoi4 is a game which encourages players to launch unprovoked invasions of its neighbors with the promises of factories and land, and the best part is that in Hoi4, you don't have to deal with all the messy parts of invading a foreign country, like the destruction of homes and post-war reconstruction and the demobilization of your army and political instability.
Now watch this drive.
So you're telling me that in Hoi4, I can invade any country I want without having to go to The Hague afterwards?
Yeah, it's great, although I will criticize Paradox for not including war crimes in Hoi4. I was really looking forward to bumming this. Surprisingly, Hoi4's Equestria War mod does a far better job of showing you the horrors of war and the consequences of your imperialist actions than base game ever could. In Equestria War, if you choose to play as Hellcoil and go down the fascist path, you will transform your nation into a Nazi Germany-inspired totalitarian dictatorship, Waffen-SS and all. With this path, you have to purge the old guard and any dissidents by doing 2 focuses, and you get to feel the weight behind those purges by losing a total of 4,000 pony power. And then when you get to the Grand Crusade focus, not only will you embark on a war of total annihilation against the pony-led river nations, you will also get to develop and unleash the Purple Plague, a bioweapon made to specifically target ponies. While the debuffs the Purple Plague gives the river nations are very epic and help you win the war, they are a grim reminder that in times of war, mankind, just like the Equestria War Griffins from Hellcoil, resort to what the fuck am I even saying anymore, man? I think the point I'm trying to make is that Hoi4 shouldn't just be a fun World War II map painting game. Instead, Hoi4 should hold you accountable for all those thousands of casualties you suffer and inflict. It should show you the horrors and atrocities of war, and it should let you suffer through the bureaucratic hell that is running a government. It should punish you for mindlessly declaring war on all your neighbors, and most importantly, it should let you bomb the civilians. God, I love war crimes. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and consider supporting me on Patreon like these people up on screen. Also, if it wasn't painfully obvious, this video's a parody, it's satire. Remember to drink and drive always, and I'll see you all on the next one. Roll the Haruher.
Oh, what a shame that you came here with